Okay, so we're kind of at the third kind of junction here on this project. We processed some images and we've now imported them and colorized them in Illustrator. And now I just want to talk a little bit about like adding the typography, right, from the demo image. And so we're going to add like the word State Fair. We're going to put the name of band. We're just going to add some supporting typography. And so I'm going to click on the type tool, which is it's a T, um, and click on that type tool. And so I'm just going to click one time, and it places lorem ipsum. It's like a placeholder text in the area, the type area. And I'm just going to type in all caps. I'm going to type in Alabama, and then I'm going to return, and I'm going to type in state, and then space, and then fair, right? So I've just kind of quickly typed in the word Alabama State Fair. And then I'm going to select all, Command A, and then I'm going to go pick in the character palette a typeface. So if the character palette isn't up on your screen, you're just going to go Window, you're going to go Type, and then you're going to choose Character. And the character palette allows you to pick the typeface, the leading, which is the space between the lines, and it allows you to put tracking, which is the space between the letters. So I'm just going to basically go to, I'm clicking one time. The default is probably Mirrored Pro, and when you open it, and I'm just going to click and highlight that, and I'm going to start typing in Helvetica, right? Because we're just going to use Helvetica because it's loaded on the machines and it's an easy kind of thing to use for right now. And it would be great if we could find like a nice bold typeface. So here's Helvetica New Bold. I'm going to click on that. And I'm just going to start making this bigger by clicking on the size of the type, right? And the up arrow will allow me to make the type bigger. So I'm just going to start, making it bigger. Okay, and then there's a lot of space in between the word Alabama and State Fair, so I'm going to just click on the leading, right, which is the double A icon with the arrow back and forth, and I'm just going to slowly like make that leading a lot smaller. Don't need to have a lot of space there. And then below that leading setting, there's a thing that says it's like a V and an A, and it's basically talking about the space between letters. And Helvetica usually needs a little bit of space. Like it starts to look funny when it gets really tight. But I don't know. I don't mind typography, but I think that the more you know how to kind of control it and make it your own, the better off you're going to be. And I'm just going to add a little bit of air or tracking, and I can always just like swipe into the area and type in, and then hit return, right, to kind of quickly do that. And so I basically now have the word Alabama State Fair. And I'm just going to basically position that kind of on top of the image. And then I'm interested in having the negative space, the white space of the page, come up into the graphic, right? So I'm basically going to come over to the swatches, right? And I'm going to make sure that the fill is the focus item, right, the fill, and I'm going to choose white, and it should turn the typeface white. And you'll notice I positioned it so that the word State Fair kind of bleeds off the bottom. It allows your eye to travel up into the image a little bit easier. Then one other thing I might do is I might click on that and I might send it back one layer. Let's see if we can't get these people to kind of appear on top of that typography. So Object, Arrange. I'm just going to send it backward one layer. And so, that's really kind of interesting. So you kind of see the people almost moving through the type. It kind of adds a little bit more visual interest. It kind of removes a little bit of that stark kind of computer look that Illustrator is always trying to force on us as a designer. It just kind of adds like an interesting touch. And so to me, I think that that's starting to look really nice. And so in the next segment, we'll just kind of look at adding kind of the rest of the type.